mereka akan menyusul Bumi Sports ya, yang keluar dari VCT Pacific Kickoff ini menjadi tim yang kedua harusnya.
Kedua.
Karena ini kan baru hari pertama kan ya?
Betul, Elimination Day pertama.
Hari pertama dari Elimination Day-nya. Well, let's see. Kita akan melihat seberapa membantaikah dari PRX untuk di Lotus kali ini. Tapi at least masih bisa dapetin angka di atas berapa ya? 7 gak sih?
Enggak,
dari
tadi
ZETA
lu
enggak ya?
sebelum kita masuk ke sini
Iya,
lu mau
ada
ngomong
komentar,
apa?
yang komentar tuh komentar apa?
Komentar apa?
Yang lu ngelihat komen,
Gila,
lu
ini
ngeliat
host kita
komen.
sumpah. Gila, sumpah. Lupa sendiri dia.
Gue komentar apa tuh emang? Yang
Enggak,
berbunyi apa?
yang lu bilang lu katanya gua membaca komentar gitu.
Oh, yang ngomongin PRX.
Iya.
Faktor U emang udah gak bohong,
Udah susah
bro.
sih memang sih.
Maaf
Ini
ya,
kita
udah-
kalau ngomong mesti agak kenceng dikit tau gak? Yang itu, yang
Yang itu.
komentar.
Oh itu.
Iya.
Nah kenapa di sana 4 menit tuh?
Apa tuh maksudnya ya?
Weh, maksud lu
Ya udah,
apa?
lu punya waktu 4
Ya udah, lu
menit
punya
berarti,
waktu
Don.
4 menit, Don.
Waduh.
Coba.
Nah komentar nih. Kelihatan juga dari agent line up. Pas banget. Mereka bawain agent line up jadul. Banyak, nggak banyak sih. Ada beberapa, mungkin 2 ya. 2 orang yang komen.
Gak banyak kalau 2. Gak banyak. 2 tuh gak banyak. 3 tuh banyak.
Oh gitu.
Bisa lu begitu.
Ya 2 lah.
2 lah.
2 lah.
3 lah.
Gue tambahin 1 lah nanti.
Ya,
abis
coba
itu ya.
apa buru.
Nah katanya PRX ini udah lumayan kejadulan. Wah gimana tuh kejadulan tuh? Maksudnya tuh kayak bawainnya, stratnya, yang gitu-gitu
agent
aja
comms-nya, gitu-gitunya ya.
Come on, do something else gitu katanya. Cenah, waduh.
Masalahnya mereka mencoba do something else di Asian. Hancur.
Cuma sekali doang bisanya.
Hancur.
Jadi mendingan gak usah.
Hancur. Tapi menurut gue dengan adanya Tejo bakal ngubah PRX sih. Tejo menurut gue bakal ngebawa sesuatu yang baru buat mereka.
Nah, gue tahu tuh kenapa ada 3 menit 44 detik di sana. Itu
Kenapa
berarti kita bakalan break sejedak.
Wow.
Nah, teman-teman semuanya. Jadi kita bakalan rehat sejedak ya untuk bisa mempersiapkan match yang pertama atau map pertama antara ZETA dan juga PRX. Yulian. Halo, balik lagi di studio bersama kita bertiga yang tidak sabar sekali untuk bisa menyaksikan match yang pertama ini Lotus. Nah, kita bakalan langsung aja untuk bisa melihat berapa sih skor yang bisa untuk diamankan ZETA dan juga PRX di map yang pertama di Lotus. Jadi sekali lagi persiapkan diri kalian semuanya untuk bisa melihat map yang pertama ini yang langsung aja dibawakan oleh kedua caster kita. Jadi gue persilahkan untuk Wilson dan juga Yanto. Silakan.
Thank you Dona, ini dia map pertama antara PRX versus ZETA Division. PRX, siapa sangka di hari pertama bakal langsung turun ke lower bracket. Sementara ZETA Division, iya bukan first match yang mereka dambakan juga ya kemarin waktu ketemu dengan Nongsim. Ketemu anak baru langsung justru diponcoin balik. Jadi ya ini match up yang tentunya bukan tidak diharapkan, tapi siapa sangka Universe akan berbalik. Dulu cahaya Asia, cahaya Jepang adalah ZETA,
Benar.
sekarang cahaya Jepang adalah DFM. Dan sekarang ZETA akan mencoba untuk survive dari gempuran PRX yang langsung aja hilang di tangan Something dengan sebuah sheriff di tangan. Dan langsung dengan demikian Mount hilang udah pressure-nya. Dan PRX jadi punya banyak pilihan untuk menyerang karena Mount mereka punya A juga karena nggak ada pressure sama sekali, nggak ada war for rubble. Jadi mereka punya banyak pilihan, apalagi udah nggak ada neon, nggak ada stun. Dari bridge doang, dari Klaz yang akan mencoba untuk mempertahankan posisi ini. 2 lawan 4, smoke out dari Mind Freak, masih ada paranoia juga bahkan, dan langsung flash ke arah side, dapetin informasi, dikacangin aja itu flash kagak dihancurin, dan Something triple kill. Ini dia PRX dengan gaya PRX masuk ke dalam side, tersisa Shota yang gak berkutik sama sekali. PRX kelihatan mudah banget untuk dapetin pistol round ini.
Itu tadi kalau gue ngeliat ya, ZETA tuh pengen nge-copy strategi Nongsim tau gak lu?
Iya, yang keren tau kayak gini, coba
keren
kali
tau
ya.
kayak gitu, coba kali ya. Kedilet.
Langsung tang.
Langsung
Itu
kedilet.
haunnya belum ping.
Iya,
Orang
udah
hilang
hilang
duluan.
Gila banget. Itu kelihatan tadi tuh pengen pakai strategi Nongsim tuh. Soalnya 3-nya di C mount, 1-nya di B. Pengen buat di fight, cuman karena kedilet duluan. Sama Something yang milih buat langsung white swing. Gila langsung Vandal. Ini dia. Vandal full shield, no util. Cuman ada 1 dash, tentu ability gratis dari Jet. Gila lari, gak ada takutnya, maju terus. Yang akan entry harusnya di sini adalah Jing. Dan langsung masuk ke dalam side, ban sudah diamankan. Tapi di waterfall, Something down, tapi Jing membalas agar Vandalnya bisa diamankan oleh rekan teammate-nya. Sekarang Spike udah ke plan, masih ada Sheriff dari ZETA Division, tapi Vandal ini harusnya akan menebar teror. Force kadang-kadang cek flanking dengan mudahnya. Ace di depan mata dengan sebuah judge. Ditompoin semuanya, bab. Oke, ini yang harusnya terjadi memang.
Iya, ini sesuatu yang kita expect.
Yang kita expect ini.
Kelihatan gampang banget.
Iya. Gampang banget ya main Valo.
Let's go play.
Kacau nih JJ nih.
Kacau nih pergaulannya salah
Asli nih.
sama Something nih. Bocil Ruski nih ngajarin yang enggak nih.
Kacau.
Dan langsung Hound kali ini war for rubble, tapi nggak dimainin. Something mau nyulik. Ada satu pemain yang udah cross, gak peduli dia. Bodoh amat. Masih batu juga, tapi at least dia tahu sekarang ada 3 pemain dari arah side A, sehingga pemain-pemain PRX yang lain bisa langsung nge-push ke arah side C. Dan Forsaken dapetin 1 kill, Class tumbang. Jing terkena trapwire, tapi dia tahu nggak ada yang bisa ngejemput dia. Ke isolate udah angle-nya. 4 lawan 4 dengan 1 pemain low HP. Shota mau nggak mau harus nunggu rekan-rekannya yang lain. XDL udah 30 HP. Hound ready dalam waktu 3 detik, cuman ini kelihatannya sulit sih. Kamera baru aktif, tapi lagi-lagi justru dia tag ya tadi sayangnya. Jadinya nggak dapat informasi, udah Udah ke nullify efek kameranya. Davai dapetin 1 kill. Main freak. Trade frag terjadi 2 lawan 2. Judge selesai. 3-0 ZETA. Belum ada perlawanan sama sekali. Ini bener-bener speedrun sih.
Ini speedrun ini. Gua nggak heran akan melihat PRX versus Talon di Lotus. Kalau kalian ingat teman-teman ya, 13-0.
13-0. Ini bayangin nih seorang sendiri.
Lawan 3 orang,
Lama banget gak ada yang... Lama banget dia buying time di situ, lama banget sih.
Iya, kayak meskipun dia nggak nge-kill ya.
Iya.
Itu lama banget. Teman-temannya udah di-chat atau Jing udah di-side kan? Ya ini terlalu berbahaya. Langsung outlaw karena tahu musuhnya Iko. Outlaw menjadi senjata yang sangat optimal. Lu beli-beli light shield tuh udah useless tuh. Kalau kena hit. Akan stacking tree. Tree-nya bakal di-stack. Sama pemain Zeta Division karena ada Stinger kan nih. Itu udah sama Sugar Zero. Ah tuh kena stun. Bakalan mundur. Ada aftershock. Jing gak bisa survive karena di atas masih ada Sugar Zero. No scope-nya miss. Tapi datang main break bersama dengan Davai. Untuk membersihkan semua ancaman dari Zeta Division di Rubble. Memang udah ngumpul 2 pemain Zeta di side A. Tapi pertanyaannya bisakah mereka nahan? Easy kill untuk Davai. Tersisa Shota. Udah susah sih. Wait, kill. Kata-kata gua dipatahkan. Tiba-tiba jadi 1v1. Shota. Tampaknya mencoba untuk membuktikan bahwa gua salah. Agak ngeri. Reload. Udah crossing dari Davai. Akan di cage. Di true smoke. Saling ke true smoke. Tapi Davai one hit. Sementara Davai harus nge-tag 2 badan. Untuk Shota hilang. Di trap. Dianggapnya di stun. Shota! What the? Gila, bahaya nih. Mulut gua udah mulai bahaya nih kayaknya nih. Mulut gua udah bahaya ini.
At this point, viewers PRX masih kaget gak sih kalau itu kejadian, teman? Ini Shotanya yang gila sih. Gue gak ngeliat ada blunder dari PRX menurut gue. Ini Shotanya yang gila, bro.
Yang semua serepnya 1 peluru. Gila.
Gila ini. Gue gak ngeliat ada blunder menurut gue. Tang. Ya ada sih blunder sih.
Yang ketiga lah mungkin.
Ya menurut gue ya sih.
Kalau yang kedua kan tadi kan mau nge-trade kan.
Wah gila kayak high kill banget. Shota,
Naisa.
My fun. Gila.
Wah gila banget Shota bro.
Wah itu momentumnya PRX ya lagi. Tiba-tiba dar.
Langsung turun banget.
Langsung turun banget coy. Gila banget sih tadi Shota sih itu NS terus sih. Itu magical shots. Jarang-jarang itu kejadian kayak begitu 1v4 clutch dengan Sheriff. Dan Jing langsung short stopper masuk ke dalam side. Selalu step Sugar Zero. Selalu step ke posisi yang cerdik tapi untungnya masih ada yang ngecek yaitu Forsaken. 4 lawan 4 sekarang. Speed is the name of the game. Selalu menjadi kekuatan utama dari PRX. Kecepatan. Untuk masuk ke dalam side. Dengan sangat-sangat eksplosif. Tiba-tiba Spike udah ke plant. Dan Shota dengan operator di tangan sekarang. Dari PRX nggak ada yang picking sama sekali. Nunggu Zeta untuk masuk. Operator udah ke reveal. Dan di smoke. Dan Jing bermain jarak dekat. Dengan Judge dia nggak denger ada yang reload. Tapi dia masih nggak bandel di sini, masih nungguin di dalam smoke. Dia tahu dia punya advantage. Timing banget dan Jing mampu mendapatkan 1 kill. Tersisa Shota sekali lagi tidak akan melakukan clutch untuk yang kedua kalinya. PRX tidak membiarkan momentum itu dipegang lama oleh Zeta. Karena sekarang Zeta harus Iko lagi.
Iya. Karena kalau sampai Zeta tadi menang di rem barusan, nah ekonominya udah nge-swing tuh.
Itu udah lagu lama,
Udah bahaya tuh. Wah, ini nice banget, nice hold dari PRX. Gila itu Forsaken nge-skillnya nge-flick one tap. Itu kalau nggak one tap, itu masih hidup Sugar Zero.
Itu Sugar Zero-nya 200 IQ move udah menurut gua. Karena dia selalu step ke posisi yang orang udah lewatin kan.
Iya.
Forsaken-nya masih ngeliat ke situ loh.
Dia nge-flick, tapi itu kalau nggak ke one tap, Forsaken udah mati kan. Sugar Zero masih hidup, itu masih
bahaya banget itu.
Bisa ditahan. Time out langsung, jelas. Karena itu angka 1 berkat Shota, bukan berkat Zeta. Perkara
hitungannya 5-0 ini sebenarnya.
Iya, hitungannya 5-0 ini. Jadi menurut gue wajar time out karena terlihat nggak works strategi dari Zeta Division. Dari segi tembakan sih nggak yang jauh banget. Cuma entah kenapa positioning, timing, pickingnya, time to kill tapi emang lebih cepat PRX. Lebih unggul dan Zeta Mereka mau coba di awal mau coba fake Simon, kalah. Rubble-nya mau coba diambil, sempat menang. Kayak cuman bisa dibalikin lagi gitu sama pemain-pemain PRX. Bisa di counter sama PRX. Sekarang tergantung ZETA apa yang akan mereka lakukan. Apakah mereka bakalan stay di side? Apa mereka bakal coba mau nge-fight di depan? Karena ini juga mumpung Eco. Ayo masalah PRX punya 3 ultimate. Ya, 2 lah from the shadow sama Steel Garden. Hanya 1 blast storm dari something yang belum tentu akan dipakai. Tapi ini karena ini Eco round jadi harusnya Steel Garden akan dipakai. Side B udah ketahuan at least ada 2 pemain dari ZETA Division dan Mindfreak masih akan nunggu pemain Rubble yang akan nge-push dari ZETA Division. Sembari mencari info, masuk lagi informasi bahwa masih ada 1 orang at least di B main. PRX gerak ke A, udah ada 1 orang juga dari XDL yang udah nge-jump spot, kena tag, dia harus mundur. Ini masa dia nggak bisa mundur doang, dia harus panggil teman-temannya nih. Karena bentar lagi dia bakal di-push ke ujung-ujung. Dan bener aja, XDL mundur, pintu udah dihancurin, masih nyangkut. Dan nice shot dari Forsaken, dibantu lagi oleh Something, lebih tepatnya Davai. Karena di sisi lain justru Something yang dapetin kill dengan operator. Tersisa Shota. Gue udah gak mau kasih mulut apa-apa, biarin aja nih roundnya selesai. Ya apapun yang terjadi. Tapi kayaknya situasi kali ini harusnya nggak kejadian karena dia cuma pakai klasik. Nggak bisa dia one tap mati, one tap mati. 5-1 PRX masih bisa mengamankan konsistensi mereka. Dan harusnya nggak ada hal buruk terjadi lah kalau mainnya kayak gini.
Ini menurut gua kalah dari segala sisi.
Segala sisi sekarang nih kalahnya ini.
Dari segi kualitas sudah kelihatan banget dua tim yang sangat-sangat berbeda ya.
Not really knowing what the hell just hit him. Blues noted, spotted out. To try to hold his ground, but has no idea that Mindfreak is just swung around from behind. Feels found in Mindfreak. He'd be favoring his chances, but he'll get team flashed. XCL able to find 1. Devi does a little bit of trolling.
Devi's usually pretty steady. That's going to be the final kill for Forsaken. 6 rounds now for PRX. You know, Devi usually pretty good with those guy flashes.
It was supposed to go around the corner. It kind of got bogged on the doorway.
It happens. Fine. I mean, this truck has Singaporean license plates, folks. He is just running them over right now. Goodness.
Stuff.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
What more
Yeah.
could be said or done?
What do you want?
2 claps
For 2 kills. This is just a masterclass right now for PRX. Like the early spam. Again, that's...
Here.
Okay, if it happens one more time, I think it's intentional.
I think it might be.
Even
That would be
smiling about that.
That would be the most PRX thing ever.
To win in spite of Devi actively trying to sabotage them.
Yeah.
Displaying Orb Collection. Jing 1 away from that next showstopper.
We'll see if they give the opportunity for the op to do anything. It seems like, though, ZETA being very cautious right now, and obviously wisely so, but all you have is this tripwire to kind of understand that C is going to be where they're really going to be setting up. So this retake, not much firepower behind it. You do have some ults. You could go for the overdrive, maybe drop that Vandal over to somebody else. Nightfall combo. The overdrive could be pretty powerful, actually. See if ZETA can dial something special up.
And on the cam, Forsaken out for blood. Flash goes through. 1 kill collected. Forsaken not necessarily reading that there's going to be another player on that approach there from Waterfall, and he does end up getting tagged up. Striker's there, able to find that elimination, but something holding a line, shuts down Depp on the entry. Jing still sat here. Over in the corner. Drops back down, audioless here as XCL is eventually able to find the tracking to get that kill, but cleanup is still going to be swift. 2 players lost, but cash very much overflowing out of the coffers here. PRX is it's now 7-1.
And I really like that play from Forsaken, because if you're looking at the ult situation, you want to try to get ahead of it. You want to try to take some of those big power plays that could kind of turn this half around, turn this round around out of the hands of ZETA. So even though it doesn't like do super great, I mean, he gets one and then gets blindsided by Sugar Zero. Doesn't matter too much. He's putting that pressure onto ZETA, making them have to think on the fly, and this is...
Something spotted. That Tailwind not going to take it very far out. Still makes it around the corner. The blind is there on a Forsaken, so he ends up getting taken down. Depp has to do a double take, but eventually will be rewarded with the kill. Off now going to be collected. The Neural Depth invested here from Shota. Gets the reveal as everybody else from PRX make their way forward onto the A side. 5v3. Nobody even suffering a lick of damage here on the side of ZETA. In a strong position to try to get that second round win. Seeker's going to lead out first here from Divine.
Have that showstopper to worry about, though.
Lots them all towards Rubble's side. Wrap around in towards stairs. Do they go all the way around to rope? Line shot through. Catching Divine within the smoke. Showstopper now going to be drawn out. Jing just widely looking to hold them at bay here. Save them off. Mindfreak in the meantime over at drop. Stunt across. Jing going to be taken down as XTL is able to find it. And it all falls down to Mindfreak. And he's just going to get caught off guard on the flank. Flawless round here for ZETA to get their second round win. Much needed.
Oh, that was nice. It's a good push off the rip. And PRX doesn't really respond to it. Kind of leaves something out on an island, frankly. There's no help here. It's a good flash as well or something. I don't know what happened with Forsaken. It wasn't a flash, just kind of caught flat-footed. Depp's able to find 3 huge kills, so need that superstar duelist. Start stepping up. Well, that's quite the reaction there. Yeah. I mean,
solid round.
If they can hear you, I'm sure they appreciate that. And Depp couldn't even really react to that in time. So that's a lot of control taken here. That's going to be the Steel Garden used towards B. Is this going to be the pivot? Or are they just kind of trying to see what space they could create?
Seems like it. Something getting a glimpse. It's back and forth there on the damage, but Spike now planted. Mindfreak late linger, watching to see if anybody pushes over towards that connected door. Depp once again having the swap over, hands the op off to XCL. Who's out towards Mound. Flash at the ready, but one there in B main to receive. That blind is something. Peeks in, finds Depp, just getting geared up and ready to go. Prowler goes in on the chase. Something, however, off the back of that blind up. Trying to find another. Sugar Zero fighting back, but then traded out as Divide collects a second kill. All of a sudden, it's all down to clues now. There's just no way to play it out. The time not on the side, nor are the numbers. We'll see if he can find anything here on the exit. Bouncing forward is Divide. Double phase getting ready to come through. They nearly line up for him. As Jing will get taken down by the spike. Solid delay efforts. Does make it a little bit more costly, but all the same, PRX still find an 8th round win.
I mean, you can see that ZETA's having a tough time adjusting, frankly, to the speed and the aggression of PRX. And you know, how often do we see this, that the first time you play this team, it doesn't matter how much you've seen it on tape, it doesn't matter how many times you've watched them at every international event we've had in the last 3 years, you're never quite prepared. And one of the things that happens here is actually, it's just a re-aggression on an angle that you don't expect with something. He jumped up on top of that box on B, then did it again, and it caught Depp completely off guard. Stuff like that is what makes PRX so infuriating to play against. It's really good paranoia.
Provides some space here. Getting off that pressure and forcing Depp back into the site. Wraps around over towards trees. The door does get tapped, but no one from PRX is really looking to push that angle. Either way, Depp does concede the space. Rotating around towards back site. Something in the meantime. Tailwind expiring. Paranoia point blank Forsaken. Swinging forward, but not winning out the fight on that second hit.
One enemy remaining.
Sugar Zero holding his ground. Finds 3, and now once again all on Mindfreak in a 1v4. Finds the first. A lot more work to be done. Shota swings the corner. Phantom in hand. Gets the headshot. That gets ZETA a 3rd round win.
Yeah, this is a good adjustment by ZETA. So the last round, they didn't really have much in the way of defenses at B. So when they realize they've given up A Rubble control, they're kind of anticipating that there's going to be a setup with a crunch there. And they're very ready for Forsaken to come from the B main entrance. And Shota and Sugar Zero do a phenomenal job there, setting up to lock that site down. One covering from A Link and the other covering B main. They knock it out of the park, so that's a good boost. Look, if you can make this 8-4, there's still hope here for ZETA. As dominant as Paper X has looked, I think if you take 4 rounds on this defender side, you're not feeling honestly too bad about it at all. And with that Neon there, maybe there's a world where you're able to just kind of break through Paper X's defenses consistently. See if they can find this. They've got a good setup.
Got a good read.
Yes.
Here's the orb take. Jingle one away from that showstopper. Let's see if we can come into play here in this last round of the half. Looks like Divine Mindfreak going to be left on a bit of a linger here as Smoke's going across and already explosive action here at Mound. Mindfreak able to equalize the count just a bit, but then Depp pushing forward. It's just to trade it up. A 2v3, just the duelists now left here on Paper X.
I have this
Spike recovered. Ooh, spot out. Potentially they're on to both. Something getting ready to potentially clash against XDL. So looks for the adjust. Last back forward. Oh, gets the headshot. And there's the follow-up. XDL puts him down. ZETA will be able to recover the half decently well. 8-4.
Yeah, now they were starting to make good reads. And they found good timings to prevent Paper X from getting those clean executes that they wanted. This round is a really nice example of that. Able to use that fast lane to hide themselves a bit. God, that's a snappy shot from XDL. That is not an easy position to be in. You see it all the time where you're in that little pit on B site. It's tough to keep your crosshair where you want it to be, where their heads are going to be and things like that, because there's all those little steps and other things, and he knocks it out of the park. So, honestly, not bad from ZETA. It looked like it was going to be brutal.
I mean, it was 7-1.
Yeah.
At a certain point. So even if 4 doesn't feel that great, the recovery, considering how things were going, and only just the 1 timeout invested, that's something to at least breathe a little bit more easily about. Because we saw the timeout call at that 4-1 score line. It really looked like it was going to be getting exacerbated here for ZETA. They managed to find some stability and at least to have that extra little pump of the brakes for the second half.
Yeah, and there was some good coordination there. I mean, some not bad ideas either. Some of those times where they knew they had to play for retake and other things like that, it's just like, you have to be so ready for Paper X to constantly be pushing the tempo, pushing space, because they know that it will throw you off balance and it'll make rounds difficult for you. Even on this defender side, it's something you have to be just constantly cognizant of. And of course, it's challenging. There's no team in the world that hasn't faced this Paper X team and gone, oh my God, they're madmen.
Never give
And that's what makes them so good, is not only are they mechanically gifted, but there's method to the madness with what Paper X does. Even though sometimes it can look a little bit silly, when it looks good, it looks real damn good. Slow push out this time. A lot of damage done.
It is, but on the repeat, Jing head taken off, something pushing forward, dead as well. Both duelists now eliminated. 3v5, some damage across onto these players on ZETA, but feeling like they're in a very good position, especially as Mindfreak just can't quite confirm the kill. Depp still standing. 14 health. All now falls onto the shoulders of Forsaken and Divide. And a 2v5.
ZETA's really taking their time. Trying to figure out exactly how to get through this. God, Divide, timing.
There's the first, a little bit more damage dealt, but now Forsaken has to do everything, but he's in the corner. 10 HP, forced into the open and dealt with. Tied up on pistols, ZETA starting off the second half strong.
3 rounds in a row for ZETA. Just a good read here from ZETA Division. Good preparation. Tip of the cap to the coaching staff on this one. Because this hold, I mean, XDL didn't move a muscle for so long in that position. Was just fully anticipating that there'd be a push out. A few whiffy shots here and there from Paper X. I think this guy's, he's sending his energy over here, man. ZETA's getting it. He's starting to dial in a little bit. See if they can keep it up. Orb take for Jing, though. They're going to back off ZETA out of rubble. This is concerning.
Oh, something. So far forward, Shota. I don't think he's going to be reading that. No, he is not. Does get taken down here. Paranoia going across. Forsaken, the classic. We'll find XDL. Clues the quick turn, finding one, but Forsaken picks him off and is just continuously to poke and prod around the corner. Comes up with a third, and that is catastrophic. PRX winning out in the eco.
I dared to have hope. I dared to have hope. This is just such a good read from something. ZETA completely unprepared for that, and then they're able to just stack up and spray them down through the door. C-door just is a death trap for the side of ZETA, and Forsaken just toying with them at the end. Send Jing in, died for the cause, able to claim the round. Oh boy. Oh, Forsaken's got to be pretty careful, stunned up.
He's got the wall though.
Oh no.
A little bit of protection there. And Shota thinking about going on the push, but wisely does back away. Forsaken.
But he hears all
Peek
that.
again, but yeah, plenty of audio information gained.
Just kind of, you know everything that's going on in the map. As soon as you get contact from Mindfreak, it should be a call to rotate a couple players in that direction. I think you could just leave something with this judge here to watch this lurk angle.
Something here's the cam. If he swings to try to clear that out, there's a chance that he just get caught. Oop, not getting cleared. That's two players spotted out, but Shota does get taken down, eventually falling into the spider's web.
Oh, it's a good flash from Devi.
Go, go, go.
That confirms that they're probably not going back towards A. But they might have misread it a little bit.
Forsaken now getting the spot out. Glimpse of the torso there of Clues. Wall still
30 seconds
at the
left.
ready here. They'll get ready to storm their way forward. Depp works his way forward, but TP up into the smoke, and Sugar Zero is just greeted. Barrel stuff by a Guardian. Updraft coming in and something. Effectively Goomba stomps him. A flawless round here as PRX get themselves up to 10.
Okay, we know the drill.
They're so tricky.
Stick to your roles
But
and we'll crush
it's
it.
really good map control by PRX in this round. They're just doing a phenomenal job of not really giving ZETA much to work with. Trying to take space. Phenomenal patience from something. The barrel stuff from Forsaken on the entry, and then they're all over the place. Like, they're jumping around you. Forsaken's jumping up on the box. Like, they're so active with their movement. Very difficult to track PRX.
All right, well now, into the buy round here from ZETA. Delayed, much to their chagrin. Needing to close this out and have it done cleanly. The flawless from PRX means that they still have a considerable amount of firepower, as well as quite a bit of cash.
Well, they're not finding much of anything towards B right now. They're a bit worried about another judge, and rightly they should be. This time around, it's not on that corner. So that smoke comes through. Devi sending a few bullets their way just to see. That sets them up for this C hit. Mark Rose out there. Jing's got the boom bot, the full arsenal. Ready and waiting, potentially. Zero.
Oh my God. Over the top.
He's in trouble.
Firm's presence and swing. Oh, it's Sugar Zero. Does well to swing. Get the kill there on a Forsaken, but eventually does end up falling. Swap out on the weapon. Phantom grab now for something. Splash out from Devi. Catching a hit and something pivots back across over here towards Tree. The jump up finds one. Depp put on the floor. A 3v3 though with the A site still opened up. Devi, the closest member here from PRX.
Spikes with Shota though. He's leaning towards B.
It's coming back through, but Devi can be relaying this. Nothing happening on that A site. Should have a decent sense, and with 12 seconds remaining, they're about to find out that it is in fact on this B side here pretty soon, and Devi is already hot on their heels. No chance to pivot. Distraction caused here by Jing as the swing out. Spike does get planted, unable to deny that away. But now they just flood their way back through and swiftly batter the ZETA players to the side. 11 rounds now here for PRX. 2 more to go.
Yeah, man, the coordination is so good right now with PRX. The communication seems much more on point today. It's been something that Alex has been talking about, some of the interviews and some of the videos that we're seeing during the offseason where he had a few choice things to say. But communication was one of the biggest things. He said, you know, you guys aren't talking, you're not communicating, and you can tell when the vibes start to fall apart a little bit, things like that. The communication isn't always there for this team. Obviously today things are going well and the communication is there. You want to see that continue throughout the rest of Kickoff for PRX, that they're going to run into another team that's going to be giving them a lot of grief. And even if ZETA is able to come back here today, we might see it in this game. But one way or another, it's so important for them to keep this style of play up, because what I really like from PRX is their understanding of the map. When they have control, they know how to use it against ZETA. You know, when they're pushing Rebel, when they seed Rebel over, they quickly understand that it's going to go B. All right, let's leave a player behind the box outside of A main. Okay, they're not pushing there. Device common that right over, and immediately Mind Freak and others are shifting into position to try to cut ZETA off from getting that plant cleanly. These kind of things are really nice to see from PRX.
Final timeout call here from ZETA Division. Down by 6. That anti-eco loss. Looking like it may be something that lingers in their heads here. The remainder of this map at the very least.
Here.
Needing to make up for that now. Pull off a thrifty here. Certainly have an opportunity to break their way back into this game. Something though, getting across, Outlaw in hand. Swinging out, Depp not getting caught. Maybe a tailwind back up to safety. Forsaken still playing forward. Cloudburst come down though, something bailing out this Vice. They're safely able to backpedal.
Cage trigger.
They're lucky to get away with only some damage done to Forsaken there. That was a pretty difficult situation that they found themselves in. Bit of a check on the dog there from ZETA. He's got such deep control. This is a nice look for ZETA on this eco. And they seemingly have convinced PRX that with the rubble control taken, that this is more likely to be A than not. So it's going to be on something with the Outlaw to do some damage.
Flash out, spotting nothing. Smoke's now coming through. The cutoff waterfall. Pressure continuing to be mounted here, but no one looking to over-pursue. Open on the door, Mind Freak finding a bit of damage onto XCL, but cannot confirm the kill. His clues similarly going to be noted out towards Mount. However, Shota still on a deep lurk. The push forward from Depp. Managing to find a kill. Forsaken going to be taken down. Knives out, up and over the top goes something! And he collects 2 quick kills. XCL, Sugar Zero both going to be taken down. Boobot in onto the corner, drops down. Oh no! Draws out the short, he still finds Depp! This is now all on Shota. Trying to align the shot, finds the first. Can he get it? No! Mind Freak. Last one standing will get the defuse and take PRX up to map point.
This round right here is good macro play for the most part from ZETA Division. The way that ZETA is able to get so much control over A Rebel and A main, it completely bamboozles PRX. I think like one of the things, I don't know if I want to call it a problem for ZETA, but one of the stylistic differences, I will say this, is that when we see PRX take control of that and a player has a sniper rifle in the back of that C site, they're pushing them. They're trying to get to them and get that sniper rifle out of the equation. And in this case, ZETA pumps the brakes on C site and just leaves something there in C hull to pop his blades and ruin their round.
A lot of pressure coming through, something out into the open. And as the walls fall, so too shall Depp. Quick hit, a tap at the door. Something just keeping attention tied here. No one gonna give him the peek in that he so desperately wants, though.
But they're in
PRX
spawn.
look to bring this to a conclusion. Never mind. Swings back in over towards main. XCL gone. Shota holding close on the corner, but clearly distracted as Jing goes up over the top. Not sure which way to look. Ends up falling. Clues at 21. Sugar Zero needing to be the hero.
Go get him.
The Boombot will get cleared. Showstopper out into the open. Nothing more that he can do. Does manage to find the kill. Clues now. Last one standing. The ult goes his way. The pop flash. The final shots. Forsaken will take him down 13-5. PRX showing up in a major way. They kick off this elimination series in dominant fashion.
Yeah, a lot of good things to say about PRX today. They look a lot better in a lot of different ways. Obviously something getting him on that jet, getting him comfortable, getting him fired up. Jing came out hot on the raise. And all the right pieces in the right places for the most part for PRX. Pushes them forward, propelling them. Find a very good map win over ZETA's map pick of Lotus. So things looking quite shaky for ZETA Division. Somewhat as anticipated.
Yeah, unfortunately so. Definitely some chaos throughout here, but I mean, it felt like the stage was set from the outset here with this ace coming through from Jing, Judge in hand. And they continue to have just fantastic moments throughout. I mean, Shota, credit where it's due. A fantastic clutch to get ZETA on the board, but unfortunately, just didn't quite see more of that magic where it was so desperately needed. And going into that second half, it was looking great. They get that pistol win, but dropping the anti-eco, felt like that was the final thread pull.
Yep, that was the end of any hope for ZETA. Some good rounds here and there, but some things to work on still for sure. You know, a lot of new players, a lot of rookies on this squad. See what they can do going forward.
There's going to be that fracture coming through, a map that you heavily expect PRX to be very well drilled on ZETA. How are they going to fare on that map? We'll have to wait and see. But for now, we'll pass it back over to Mika and the Desk to break down the action from Lotus.
Well, if you have papers then talking about the end of all hope of ZETA, I guess that's it. But you know what? PRX just doing PRX things, you know, what else are you going to expect here? And ZETA, you know, they did have some rounds that actually did pay off, but it's just that you have 5 players that are just so notorious at this point in time in Valorant. What are you going to do?
Yeah, I mean, ZETA got punneled that game, unfortunately. They did have a nice round from Ciota on the Sheriff course, and they had 1 or 2 nice set plays. Like, this is a map that they did win against T1 in the off-season. Unfortunately, they just had an execution-based comp, and it felt like PRX was always one step ahead. They were so proactive with the double duelist comp. The players were playing well individually, and it felt like they just ran over ZETA on Lotus. And I think if ZETA can't get it done on this map, then onto Fracture is going to be a really rough state of affairs, unfortunately.
It's certainly worrying as we head towards map 2 of PRX's pick of Fracture. As the desk as the casters mentioned, this is something that PRX looked quite comfortable on. It seemed a very natural fit for them. So yeah, really not the start ZETA Division would have wanted. To me, it felt like OG PRX coming back, just going as fast as they can. Even this double initiator with the Cypher wasn't enough to slow them down and force them to stop. They could just go wherever they wanted, it felt like to me.
And they're smiling, they're laughing,
they look so
they're flashing
happy.
each other. That's not a good sign if you're playing against PRX, when you know they're vibing and they're almost approaching the game as if it's a ranked game.
Yeah, you just need to see them play free flow MVP for something there. I mean, you don't see double duelists on Lotus too much, but it's something that is very PRX, and something when he's running around doing whatever he wants, it's very difficult to deal with. We talked about some players maybe playing Chamber a little bit on Lotus. It's a similar kind of concept where you just want someone to go aggressively and take some of those opening duels on the Chamber. Something that I really loved. I mean, this Ciota round was great. You put him on your team there.
I was very happy I put him in my team watching this round from the green room. This was a real like, he got them onto the board, you know. This is a huge momentum round. He must have felt so amazing being able to do this against PRX, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah, I mean, these kind of rounds are pretty good macro play from PRX. You had the initial pick over towards C, and then you deny info on A. You get the Sky Dog with the dark cover across the map, really just applying map pressure while you wait for the rotations to come through. ZETA read it decently. They still have 2 on C, but the C execute was way too clean. You get the Arc Rose up the top, full white on the site anchor, and then the Paranoid to follow up, and the player on pillar side can't see a thing. And they just continue to be active all the time. This is a trend that I noticed so much in this game. You see the guiding light forward with the double satchel, and then the fault line comes through. It felt like every single time PRX was being proactive with the double duelist, was getting a step ahead of the breach utility, and ZETA could not execute on their comp well enough.
Yeah, they were too fast, that's what I would say. And like, this round is a perfect example. It's kind of a little bit of a rule where if you get that site for free, you need more space anyway, and no one takes more space better than PRX do. They clearly have this well worked out. They clearly have a lot of protocols on how to keep going, how to keep fighting, and how to play as fast as you possibly can. And I think just they are the kings of playing fast, you know?
It's something that I remember, like, you practice against them a lot in Pacific, and it's something that I notice a lot. It's like, a lot of people will say, like, they run it down, but it's a coordinated running it down. You know,
Yeah.
you always saw those guiding lights going forward every single time, and then a player following it up. Like I remember playing against, even when you're playing against Paper X with double init, when they're playing like Breach Sky or something like that, you are getting ran at, but you're also getting flashed, stunned, and pressed by utility, and it feels like you can't play the game.
Not to mention that this is a core that's been playing together for so long. I mean, the core of Mind Freak, Forsaken, and Divine, and even Alex, right? Even before Valorant, they're so comfortable with each other. And you have ZETA that just made, you know, roster changes months ago. They're still adjusting. It was, you know, miles apart in where they are.
Yeah, and the players just couldn't really play to their skill sets. Like ZETA had a couple of opportunities where he could get involved. I liked when they were a bit more proactive, like they sent depth down and got aggressive. They're going to need more of that on Fracture as well. You know, those skill sets will really be helping, but especially when you have someone like Clues who is not having the best performance individually, if he's still not able to find proactive, you know, stuns and be able to line up his utility well enough to set up his teammate, then at the end of the day, unfortunately, he's just not having any impact on the game at all.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. The level of the individual has to come up for ZETA now. Fracture is a map where you have to be able to play fast. That's why it's such a natural fit for PRX. As you say, ZETA showed some brighter sparks when they were able to speed up, take control of that tempo a little bit more, and they need to do that on this Fracture map to even have a fighting chance, I would say.
And we saw Paper X on Fracture not too long ago. You know, just the previous match, they looked pretty good. You know, you had Forsaken on that Tejo, completing, you know, all of the agents. He caught them all. And then you have ZETA, who have not played Fracture. If I'm not mistaken, they haven't played it in years.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is for Paper X as well, you talked about the long-standing core, right? These are guys that are not too unfamiliar with Fracture, and if you actually go back to when they played Fracture before it went out of the map pool and when a lot of teams played Fracture, look at this comp, guys. This is not that different. We're playing Breach, Brim, Killjoy, Raze, and then it would be a Sky or a Fade or something on the Enir. Instead, it's a Tejo. Like, we can honestly take a lot of the ideas and a lot of the meta and a lot of the set plays that you were playing on Fracture back in the day, and you see even teams doing it. You saw it in the Gen G RRQ game where they're doing the tree takes, they're doing the A main control. A lot of the same ideas still apply. So for teams that have experience playing that Fracture already, like Paper X, that already fits their style, and you know, they're even adopting the Tejo and playing the current meta in some ways, this is a fantastic fit for them, and you're seeing them actively picking it every series so far.
Yeah, I definitely want to see how it goes this time round. I'm expecting a similar result, to be honest. We're talking about it like, you know, they have some insane record in Kickoff and Fracture. They've only played it the one time, and don't get me wrong, they look good, and now's the chance to sort of prove it again, but we have every reason to believe it will be scary. And something you mentioned as well, Mika, is how long they've been together as a team, and I think you really can't win, you really can't have the longevity that PRX have had if you don't love each other, if you really don't believe in each other, and that's something that's so clear that PRX have. You could see how much fun they had with each other on stage, and that's so big for these really big moments where, you know, we said this could be their worst placement ever, and they just have fun, they flash each other, they don't even care, they just have fun.
I swear, only Paper X. It is only Paper X that does that. But yeah, you know, you look at ZETA and you look at, you know, way back when they were playing Fracture, and they were relying heavily on Laz and the Chamber, right? And like, what are they gonna do this time around? It's a total overhaul. It's just not looking good.
It's a completely different team.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, if I was to put the pieces together, obviously it's very important to have a good Sentinel player on Fracture. There's so much space. You need that really strong anchoring presence. So ZETA's in good form.
Yeah.
You know, Clues is someone that's very comfortable playing that supportive agent, the supportive utility. I really wouldn't be surprised if they stick him straight on the Breach again.
Yeah.
And then you just need to get Depp into the action. It didn't really feel like he was able to actually put himself in that many favorable situations in that last game. He needs to be set up a little bit better. The best rounds that I remember on Lotus from Depp were him running it down in some of the set strats on defense and things like that. So I really want to see more of that from Depp, because he really is the standard on this current iteration of ZETA. He's the one who I expect to perform. I mean, I put him on my team for a reason. He was literally my first pick in the draft, and I want to see him, you know, living up to the same standards that we expect from him in this game.
Yeah, and we were talking a lot about how proactive Paper X were, right? You did have that one very proactive round from ZETA, right? Where Depp was able to like charge in with a Neon ult. But again, a map like Fracture, where you do need to be very, very proactive, you do need to move around quite a lot. You know, I'm just expecting that Paper X, they're just like, they're basically herding the sheep at this point.
Yeah, I mean, we said it, but something has to change for Zeta now. They really have to snap back to reality because they were the only team that lost 2-0 as well to Nongshim Red Force. Every other map has gone 2-1. So we're really seeing a little bit of a difference of level here. They absolutely have to step it up to avoid crashing out of Kickoff winless entirely.
Okay, Zeta, they're going to bring in the Taeho for themselves. Once again, clues on that breach. But ZETA, that's an interesting one. This man is feeling himself today. He's going to adopt the chamber here on Fracture and see if he can try to take over the game a little bit.
I mean, one thing you just mentioned, there was how great Laz was on the chamber, so it's nice. They're going to have a deep playbook with it.
Look at PRX though. That's double flashes. No Taeho for them. Forsaken is back on the sky, so they are also going to change things up ever so slightly, but it's a very big difference between the sky and the Taeho. You know, you're talking about a lot of zoning, a lot of clear, and some strong post plants versus this is going to be PRX. Like I said, coordinated running it down. You know, it's going to be vault line, it's going to be aggression with followed up guiding lights like you saw from Devi in the last game on Lotus. That's going to be very difficult for Zeta to deal with.
Oh my gosh, it's just two teams switching it up right here on this map, which could potentially be our last map of the night. We're going to toss it on over to your casters, Achilles, and Japanese team's biggest fan, Paper Thin.
True.
Yeah, not incorrect, but let's hope that this is not going to be the last map of the night. If it is, it means that it's going to be the last map of Zeta here at Kickoff. We'll have to wait a good long while to see them again once Stage 1 comes around. Changes abound. We do have a chamber in play. Shota, enormous shoes to fill when it comes down to playing this character here on this Zeta squad. Had some fantastic moments there on that Lotus. Got them online. Can he have similar results delivered here on Fracture? That's going to be the question. Devi, however, has other thoughts. Takes down Depp to start.
Good angle for Devi. Still trying to spray through that door.
Oh, that's the spot out. Forsaken getting a piece of the action. Flash flying, goes for the re-swing, and everybody's all lined up. Shota now sending out a couple of these headhunter bullets. One more remaining. They all go wide. And that's going to be a flawless pistol win here for Paper X.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of an off angle taken outside of the door. And a lot of Zeta players just walk into it, and then, you know, it's a little bit different. Obviously, like the desk was talking about, you have a Sky there, and Forsaken's able to use this pop flash, catches XDL coming through on the Taeho, shuts it right down, and it quickly follows up with a couple more.
That's, about the reaction I would expect. Different buy, though, on the defense here for Paper X compared to what we were seeing previously. A little bit more firepower woven into this.
Jing with a Guardian. Interesting.
Not his usual style for sure.
Yeah.
As for now, pushing out, getting onto a wider angle over at A Halls, but we'll start cutting back across. We'll try to just instantly collapse here onto this B site. Big push through the sewer here.
Very curious about the chamber pickup here. Obviously in this round could have some impact, we'll see. Forsaken's gonna get a lot of info off that dog.
Should have identified 3. 2 at least in the sewer, 1 over at Arcade. As Depp rides the rope up the top, Aftershock at the ready on the corner. As Forsaken brings out a warning shot, shoving him back. Now sights maybe turn towards a cut across this north side of the map. Potentially over in towards Dish. Devi, however, still hovering on that A site.
Trying to do what they can to scrape together as much value as possible out of this round. Getting some orbs, working the map a little bit, pushing him
through this way, but oh, Mind Freak. Instantaneous with a headshot. XDL going to be put down. Forsaken finds Depp. Swing over in towards Arcade. Mind Freak comes up with a second. And Forsaken very much dominating the round, but Clues, okay. Starts doing some decent damage there. I believe a Spectre will be left on the ground if they're able to pick up the Bulldog. As they shuffle some things around.
But one thing I'd like to say about Shota's Chamber is it's only like the 6th time he's ever played it, I think. So, like, it's not an agent that he's, like, known for.
Sure.
He actually was kind of a controller and at times a duelist, like, before he came over to some of these other teams and started playing a lot more Sentinel. Obviously with Zeta, it should be, you would think, a pretty natural fit for him, though. The guy's got cracked mechanics, in theory. Saw it a little bit the previous map, right? Oh my god.
Yep, get away from that one.
That's scary.
Turn on the flash. Just be getting crunched upon here,
He's
though.
in trouble, dude.
Yeah, how do you get out of here? It's going to have to fight for it. One bullet still. This flash goes up over the top. Not getting caught by that, but does he anticipate the close angle here? Tries to go for the readjust. Tries to dial in for the headshot. Cannot make it happen. Devi will be able to strike him down at the same time, though. Something does end up falling by Arcade, seemingly on his lonesome. Salvo now out. The stealth drone hit. Nothing really going to be noted there. This does get instantly popped. For now, just the 4v4 as the spike still slowly gets brought forward through tower towards this site. Swing out though, Forsaken. Just beams in, finds that headshot. Jink answering one back. Trying to drop down though as off the back of the aftershock though is Clues. Now leaves Depp on his lonesome, but he still comes up with 2. 10 HP to his name. Spike on the floor, just at the base of the rope. Devi creeping forward. Outlaw in hand, does he just swap with the pistol? Surely they will have calmed how low this neon is. But that Depp right now playing this out as quietly as he possibly can.
He's got the spike.
But Devi has a little bit of an early advantage here. He's going to start sprinting around towards A. Depp, does he actually fully commit to this?
Devi's so smart.
He's going to have to go sooner rather than later, and that's going to be footsteps heard here in a moment. Sprinting his way forward. The Outlaw angle's not going to be great, though, for this plant position. He will be able to get it done with just enough time.
Spike planted.
Fast lane sent. Cuts noise, but Devi, seemingly reading it so beautifully, but the shot whiffs! And Depp gets the Red Bull clutch! He gets ZETA on the board, but despite all that, that is still a significant amount of damage dealt here by PRX in the bonus.
No doubt about it. I mean, this is a great read off the rip from PRX. If you can find the chamber, the way it's being run right now by ZETA Division is they're leaving Shota on his own. And that's a pretty challenging thing to do when you have no backup. And they crunched on him, took him down, but then Depp just, with like not much health, took that one over. And I think ZETA? And maybe pop that timeout before Depp decided to.
When they were looking like they were going to get bonused.
Yeah.
Either way, it's still a good amount of damage that they suffer there, only the one weapon being carried forward. So no matter which way you slice it, I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt. I think that it was called early, but I don't necessarily dislike it all the same, because you're still going to be in a rough spot coming into this next round as you look to try to tie things up.
For sure. And I think just a few things to go over there for PRX. You know, make sure you keep it tight. Don't get overconfident. Don't give Depp the opportunities to start taking this game over. Keep doing what you're doing. Just comms might need a little bit of help, because I don't think they ever fully realized that Depp was at 10 HP. At that point, I think you might just...
The only way that they could have not known, I suppose it had to have been Devi who actually got the shot across.
That could be. That actually could be, because he was at 10 HP, so it could have been the Outlaw shot.
Yeah.
That's a really good point.
You would have to assume that he would have just drawn out his pistol.
Exactly.
Depp, up over the top. Bit of a delayed reaction there from something, but doesn't get punished at the same time. Filter once again on the walkabout over towards a dish side. Does hit the alarm bot, clears it. As for now, plant interrupted. Flash onto the corner. Rolling Thunder crashing across Paint Shell, trying to slow them up here, but Jing's still going to be taken down as Exeal's able to swing the corner. Stealth drone completely shut down. Let's continue with the push up, looking for that concuss just around the corner. Can they get themselves back into the site now? Sugar Zero fighting in from behind the lineup, and something able to collect 2. Fault line going his way. Depp able to find Mind Freak. And we'll do a 2v3. After the spike, the hold getting ready to come through. Depp over there on the corner. TP out, but Depp, swings out a little bit wider, gets some sight lines there onto Sands. Something falls, and now it is all on Devi. Time with 3 targets on the opposite side. Finds the first. Built it down to 30. The trademark cleared. Hits the door, cuts back across. Time is ticking. Turret revealing 1. The spot out, the kill. The swing down, looking for the adjustment, but Clues will be able to get over the line, and ZETA tie things up 2-2.
I like the play call here from ZETA Division. fast, aggressive hit towards A. One of the things I was thinking about that the coaching staff might want to discuss is a little bit more A main control. They get so far in, if Jing gets behind them, they're able to use the Rolling Thunder to take him down. A couple unfortunate walkouts into something's crosshairs, but good news is you're able to lock it down. Still need to see a little bit more presence from ZETA on the chamber. Had a Bucky in that previous round. Now as an outlaw again, it's going to be a weak buy for PRX, but they're trying to contest A main a little bit more. Gonna leave ZETA out on his own. See if he can find a little bit more value this time around. Big push up with the stealth drone. Giving a check. Good hiding spots found by PRX.
All line sent, smoke's going through. Tower open for the taking here perhaps, but Forsaken does have that Bucky in hand. Shrugs off that relay bolt, just waiting for the push, but Adept strikes now. It's gonna be costly. Here comes the push out, finds one. Instantly does get traded out, but Mindfreak at the same time was able to find Shelter. XDL, however, doing well. Some kill on a Mindfreak as Divide, trying to go for a bit of a timing shot. Showstopper. Ends up getting readjusted. Jing is able to find one. Something now on his lonesome. Outlaw in hand. Aftershock sent, delaying the plant, the flash forward. Sugar Zero with a quick turn. Gets realigned, finds the kill, and ZETA gain the lead.
Yeah, they're starting to find some footing again. A lot more confidence being built. XDL there with a big triple kill. Looked like things might just go to an eco. Depp with great reactions to cut down Forsaken.
Oh, last bullet.
Unbelievable. But they're starting to gain some confidence. They're just kind of setting out these 1-4 pushes. This round they don't really get punished. ZETA's just kind of left on his own. He's 0-5, but as long as he's able to hold these angles, kind of keep track of the PRX players, it's going to be Divide with the operator. Have the orbital strike available for both of our brims. XDL has the Armageddon.
Triple push out towards north side through Dish. Forsaken really wanting to investigate this position. Shelter has continued to linger around this side of the map, but nothing going to be noted there. Still big cluster up. It's Divide checking forward.
The only thing they don't know about is bench.
Just around that corner.
Yeah.
Playing on a knife's edge, but just not giving over that vision. But now they start working their way across. Divide swinging out wider and wider. Decides to pull back off the angle.
Use the Tejo to send a bit of a fake.
Holding in close. Looking for another repeat. Needs a flick down. Nails it. Clues. Eliminated. Divide immediately backpedals. Gets away from that relay bolt. Depp at the same time, though, taking some space, taking that spike forward. And there's orbital strike going to be called in just to try to deal with this lockdown. There's the destroy as Mindfreak
out of charges.
His way forward and Depp ends up falling to the wayside. Orbital strike coming across now as Jing up over the top of Jen. Ends up getting taken down. Shot to swing on the corner, finding a second kill before Forsaken trades it back, but Forsaken keeps him in the round. Gets the spot out. XCL last one standing. Salvo sent out. Divide holding the angle effectively. They're stacked up. Divide gets the shot, and we are tied at 3-3.
Finally, PRX able to punch back. There's some really good rounds from ZETA Division. It's Divide on the op. Just the one and done. Great flick down. Mindfreak just tucked in behind the boxes, expecting that push out. Trying to keep Depp guessing as to how they're going to be playing that tower position. ZETA tried to TP out of there, was just a touch too late. Great double kill in that round. Finally able to get on the scoreboard with the chamber. Now they're back onto an eco. After 3 rounds in a row, they've been so difficult. Jing.
Oh, Jing is just launching himself in there, but Depp at point-blank range, he's got that Bucky at the ready, and he claims himself a second. Second taking down the overdrive now in play. Back here from something, back around the corner, the site completely opened up. This Mindfreak. And this wraparound, but ZETA are very well aware of it, and they find the punish. Unable to get the readjust. Divide still standing, still with that op in hand. Does manage to shut down his tour de force, but not much more to be done here unless something can find a couple eliminations. Clue's going to be noted, but looks like the call to save will be made as he steadily drifts back across through that defender spawn. ZETA with a great hit back in this thrifty attempt to regain a lead for themselves.
And this is kind of how you need to approach PRX sometimes, is throw some of their tempo right back in their faces. Dep's able to do that so well. A very strong duelist player, has been for years. And you can rely on him a little bit to open up some of that space for you. Shot goes wide. Comes the Tejo util. Salvo's right at his heels, but not going to catch anything. But like, if you can kind of get PRX into those positions, you can kind of, oh my god, that's crazy good. But you can beat them at their own game. And they're doing a good job. Breaking some space open.
That's a good spot.
Let's that up though. Stinger gonna have to be bought down for Mind Freak. Everybody else has enough for rifles, full armor, so the money was okay enough for PRX. Bulldog for ZETA. So trying a bit of a different look. Looking for an A crunch at least off the rip. No contact off that Sky util. They're seemingly pretty well aware.
One bottom. Yep. Cleared out. Stun coming across. Fast lane now going to be set up. Seems like they still do want to commit into this site. As Forsaken getting the spot out, finds himself a second. Shiltuck clues, both going to be taken down. Depp is able to find one. Divine still here, still with that operator. Tucks back over towards spawn side. With something here on the site. This is going to prove to be very difficult here for ZETA. So it seems like they're just going to be cutting noise. Steadily working their way across towards B.
Now it just becomes a question of how quickly can PRX get a read on this. You only have Jing over on B side. There's no util from the KJ. So it's just off of contact. Maybe some of the util from ZETA will be their first indication that
30
they have
seconds
completely changed directions. There it goes. Jing could just wait. The rest of the team to arrive. Pretty quickly with the op. Do have Divide there. Grenade out.
Oh, and Depp
Right on top of it.
right on his feet, and yep, will get taken down. Unable to get away fast enough. Very solid punish coming through. Player advantage very much now in the hands of PRX 4v2. Seal spotting out the first, trying to find the kill, can't quite confirm it though. Trigger Zero will be able to find one, but Jing will go ahead and play cleanup. Knocks him down. Now 4-4, these teams seemingly inseparable here. Or inseparable, I should say. On Fracture.
It's just a good read from PRX. I mean, just their senses are tingling. They're like, you know, I bet they're coming out of drop and dish. And they're just in the right spots to counter it. God, Forsaken just hits a nasty second shot. Jing, very good there as well, but good patience shown by them. Jing just waiting it out.
Ooh, glass cannon though here for Divide. Just 100 shy of having even a half armor here in play.
The showstopper for Jing. Something that has to be in the back of your mind as ZETA, but it's just a slow push underneath the tunnel.
Ooh.
Doing for ZETA.
Narrow margins does manage to get away without taking any damage, but now triple push getting ready to come through as Trailblazer chases in from behind. Outlaw will clear that out. Divide in the meantime, continuing to scale forward. Out towards B main. As Flash goes up over the top, swing onto the corner, and Shota able to find it, but immediately an explosion here as Jing comes away with two. And now it is all on clues. Spike in hand, yes, but scratching his head, wondering where the hell he goes from here. Slow creep across in towards A.
Oh, he's doubling back.
Okay, double back, but no one from PRX making any movements whatsoever. They are still here, ready to strike.
Really like the ideas from PRX.
The alarm bot just on the corner, and there's the alert. The jig now up. Go for a bit of a safe plant. Tap, trying to see if he baits anything out from Arcade's side. 28 seconds. Pinshell's flying. Should know that he's got some time to rotate, but as soon as he tries to go for it, Divide gets the angle and shuts down that hope.
I like the patience from PRX we've seen in the last couple of rounds with the way that they're pumping the brakes after they kind of win these early battles. They have numbers advantage. They just say, if he goes the other side, it's fine. We're going to hold here and wait. And this is like kind of interesting from ZETA where they have a few extra players next to ZETA this time, where if the PRX crunch is coming, they can maybe react to it, but a good flash over the top, I think really blindsided ZETA. They weren't able to help ZETA fast enough. PRX had the numbers.
Oh, Jing creeping forward. Showstopper going to be sent. Goes in a little bit too deep. Unable to find a punish there. Pain Shell's now going to be let loose, but something on the swing. Comes away with 2. Looks for the third. Can't make it happen. Trailblazer for the stun. Jing continuing to poke and prod, but doesn't want to over pursue, so decides to back away. Smoke. Not quite dissipating there at Dish. Shota just no way to find an opening here. To peel off a kill. To keep some pressure on this A side of the map. But this is a solid double back this time from ZETA.
Sky flashes have been so valuable, setting up something there to get those 2 big kills.
PRX, they're opting to play together, but this is where things could get a little bit more dicey. The plant can come through. Shota continues to scout out this side of the map.
And he's been grabbing a lot of buckies when the money's not been good.
Yeah, Headhunter and then
Yeah,
a backup for close quarters combat.
I like it.
Rolling Thunder is available. Does it get invested here is going to be the question. I think it might take at least one more kill. For now, plant comes through.
Spike planted.
Sugar Zero backing off, trying to get in along the corner, but Gun Barrel likely going to be spotted. Clue on that peak. Nasty with it, finds the shot. Rolling Thunder now going to go across. Swings in, looks for Forsaken, but Jing comes to the rescue. Shota at the same time, able to find a kill. The Bucky in hand. Swaps over to the Headhunter, but Forsaken finds the headshot before he can. PRX with that defuse will now get themselves up to 6.
They're just so good today in terms of some of their coordination, some of their util combos. Really, the Sky change-up I'm liking so far. It seems to suit them just as well as the Tejo did, to be frank. And that's scary for opponents, where you can swap between one agent, you know, depending on who you're playing and what you're expecting. Kind of use that against them, and it makes it that much harder to prepare against PRX. Oh, that's a nasty shot, Shota, but could not find another. And you know, these Sky Flashes have just been setting them up for some of these coordinated plays. I'd really like to see that out of PRX. That's just going.
Just rushing forward, ignoring the blind.
Vi trying to play off the turret with the op, but not taking the bait is Depp. Just trying to make some noise, ZETA, as they double back.
Trying to spring the trap, nothing gets caught, so. ZETA just trying to relocate to different hunting grounds here.
Going over the rope. That's a little risky in my opinion, but you know what? Nobody's there, so it's fine. Now they're gonna try to set up for the B crunch, but again, PRX is all over this. They have so much info with the turret and the alarm bot. They haven't had any more contact on the util.
Something set up over by Jen. Rolling Thunder at the ready. Depp going to be spotted, eats a bit of damage. Rolling Thunder sent, slowing them up on the approach. Shots are going to be taken down. XDL eliminated. Sugar Zero and Depp do well to go ahead and answer back. A couple of kills, but something eventually is able to find the catch.
Spike down, B.
Depp with the trade back, but it's down to 17 HP, leaving Sugar Zero to try to do the lion's share of the work.
One enemy remaining.
He's able to pick up
30
one.
seconds
Depp
left.
now. The 1v1. The drop down, the peek on the angle, and the headshot comes through. Depp closes out the round by narrow margins and keeps things fairly neck and neck. ZETA, an opportunity now to show they're picking up an operator to make this a 6-6 half.
That was crazy. I mean, I thought PRX was basically gonna roll through to their 7th round. No problem. But then Mindfreak peeks out over and gets punished for it. I mean, to be fair, that's probably the right play. Just an outplay from Depp. Just had a couple big rounds for ZETA. Keep them very much alive in this. Orbital strike, overdrive, both orbital strikes in play. So let's see if ZETA can find a 6th round, tie this map up. But it looks so good. This map was the map that PRX was able to best T1 on. Like they were going to be a nightmare on Fracture again this year, but ZETA's taking it to him.
Trailblazer trying to flush him back through this side of the sewer. Back away from the angle. Shota now starting to work his way across towards arcade side. Forsaken just dialed in on a very narrow line, that Guardian in hand, staring down in towards A main. No one really on either side making too much of a noise, but something going to be legged by that off shot, but he finds the headshot to out-trade Shota. Player advantage, healed back to full. PRX wanting that 7-5 half here for themselves. ZETA players now clustered up on the opposite side of the smoke. Clues, fault line at the ready. Depth, the overdrive is there. Pops at the dashboard, but Forsaken, he's gone unscouted, and now he strikes, finds one. Tries to go for Depth, but can't quite make it happen. Right, opened up more. Depth pushing forward, finding a smattering of damage across on towards Ching. Orbital strike going to be called in, but kill not going to be found. Depth the peek in towards the arcade. Something eliminated. Zapping through the smoke. He's tickling away at them on the peak. Finds himself a third. Divine able to shut him down. XDL, however, now on the ramp. Finds the first. The concuss, but Mind Freak able to dodge it out. Puts over to the side. The aftershock not quite connecting. 35 v 23. The molly in his hand. Sends it. Clues rushes forward, managing to dodge it. The swing onto the corner, he doesn't know that Mind Freak's out wide. The retap, but time is just not on his side. Clues playing this down. Tucks back away, and ZETA will tie it up at 6-6. Mind Freak outdone, as we are neck and neck at the half.
Oh my goodness. This time they finally
Switching sides.
find a bit of a flank angle. Haven't seen too much of that. It's been a lot of scrapping on the site, but it's because Depp is being such a nuisance. Big win there for something. And you think, okay, Forsaken gets that one, but Depp able to respond so fast. So annoying on this Neon. PRX having a hard time keeping up with him these last couple of rounds. That's what ZETA needs. You're gonna need that veteran player to step up. If they're gonna have any hope here today. He has been hot in the first half of Fracture, but now it's attacker's side. And that's certainly where you expect PRX to make their money.
See how they fare though. I mean, this does also give Shota that pivot, that chamber now moving over onto the defense a little bit more standard with his setups. Hold angles, especially going to the pistol with that headhunter in tow, but 6-6. ZETA still afloat here in this game as they try to take us the distance.
Where's the hand, though?
I need to zoom in.
Yeah.
Well, for now, I think that this first half of Fracture may be starting to have Alex teeter on the edge, but hasn't had too much cause for concern nor rage quite just yet. A handful of moments throughout those rounds.
I mean, honestly, they're making pretty good reads for the most part. I mean, some of these rounds they lost were just, frankly, just got outplayed a bit by Depp, and that's going to happen to the best in the business, folks.
Ooh! Okay, well, this is what I was talking about.
Down B.
Into the pistol, Headhunter immediately delivers something on the floor.
Well, the good news is you still have those sky flashes. Still got one available. Give you a little bit of extra breathing room, but definitely a lot trickier without that stun in play. Smokes come down. Doesn't seem like ZETA really in a position to do much about it, so they're going to send 3 players in through the attacker side spawn. See if they can make this retake go.
Zen, Forsaken, pushing forward, able to catch Shota there. XDL spotting out another. Salvo at the ready, but it's going to be caught with Util in hand, but Depp now striking! Comes up with 2, looks for the third, gets it! We're finally being felled. Forsaken now on his lonesome. Try to save it off. The peek out, the wide swing, finds it. The fuse, taking the half. Ducks back around the corner, expects this wraparound here from Clues, spots him out. 4 bullets remaining in the Ghost, just trying to buy time. But Clues will get it done. 2-2 on pistols in the series. ZETA in the lead here on Fracture.
Oh man, dude, Depp is feeling it right now. Absolutely disgusting shots. Great to have Shota get that opening pick for you on the chamber as well. Really important that he's going to be able to find some more value. Ooh! clean. Finds that third one. Forsaken doing the best he can. This is a tough spot to be in for sure. But okay. Some confidence being built. It is a bit of a buy-up for PRX, an outlaw for Forsaken.
And the investment here.
That is interesting in a lot of ways, because it's also not the player that's usually going to be grabbing this gun.
Sure.
But they're trying to sell a fake.
Oh, on that peek in. Does end up backing away. Honestly, the flash kind of doing him a favor. As, Shota does get noted, has to take that rendezvous out.
They found my trap.
Trademark going to be cleared here from Devi. Smoke's coming down.
Really nice stuff there from PRX, cleaning out. Especially Shota there. First with the flash, then with the smokes. Being patient, getting themselves set up. Forsaken to watch the long angles, to watch the flanks potentially.
This is...
Oh, he's just going to go to sight.
This is a big wraparound here. Good amount of time going to be committed to this. Obviously, Depp can get out in front.
Devi here's
ready to push in. Yep, Devi noting this, has that sheriff in hand. Forsaken now getting onto the angle, but it's going to be Devi finding the first. Forsaken with the second shot. Comes up with the goods, and Devi cleans up Depp, and it's looking like a repeat of exactly what we witnessed on that first map. And Shota, the last one standing, knows that he's being pincered. Just managed to hold his ground. Comes away with a third, and he'll make it costly. But he cannot stop PRX from winning out this round. It's going to be another eco. The force up, the sheriff, the outlaw coming through. Get PRX across the line, denying another anti-eco win here to ZETA.
It's such an interesting idea. It's so unorthodox. Like, how can you read this? How can you read this as ZETA? That's crazy good stuff from Devi. Shota, again, coming alive. Is it too little, too late sometimes? In that round, sure, he was able to clutch out one on Lotus. But the whole problem there is that it's a Sky with an outlaw on A main. Nobody does that. Except this team. And if you're a ZETA fan, don't be mad. This is just what PRX does to you. They mess with you. They are a mind virus.
Jing now one away from having the showstopper online as A is right for the taking. Depp does have a Guardian here, but still is going to be a world away as the plant comes through. Still hovering nearby here, waiting for the rest of the team to reroute, get themselves in position to try to go for the retake.
Maybe just, unless you can find a pick, just die to the spike at this point. This has to be explosive if they're going to get this going. So much time is already ticked down.
It would have to be. We'll see here on Depp. He is going to be the one leading the charge. Blast back forward here from Jing. Bounces in underneath the nade, able to find Shota. Something going to be the one who actually claims the kill there on the Depp. As XTO will be able to find one, stopping it from being a flawless, but PRX will now gain the lead 8-7. As ZETA, see how they fare going into the first actual proper buy round here of this second half.
And we saw it on Lotus that when you have the Seekers and a Showstopper available, ZETA will, or excuse me, PRX will just kind of use those Seekers to get the info and then follow quickly up with the Showstopper. Is that going to be the same play call from Forsaken as what we have been told is the IGL? That's PRX, so who knows for sure.
We see Devi with Alex for the map trap. It's, you know, it's a little all over the place.
That's the PRX way, though. Oh, Depp is in trouble.
Okay.
Oh, he's not.
Peeks out. Does well to find at least the one kill, but now Sugar's here. XDL holding things down at Arcade.
Down B.
The monster is punished and suddenly just Forsaken and Devi left standing. Spike on the ground. This would be one of the most insane rescue missions that we have seen. But Shota out from Jen will find Forsaken, and just like that, we're tied up at 8-8. ZETA avoiding a repeat of the script from Lotus. They managed to get this round win here.
I mean, when Depp's dialed in like this, it doesn't matter if he's put in a horrible spot, he's still getting big impact, and they're able to reinforce that position, shut that angle down. Not much that PRX could do there. Shota with the cleanup. Hey, nice hold. Good read from ZETA Division. Can they continue? This, to me, looks like Looks like a aggressive push. Here we go.
Showstopper at the ready. Jing. Oh boy. This is getting absolutely mauled to death by those salvos. Stand up in position. Showstopper, no purchase whatsoever.
Great reaction from ZETA.
Flash out towards Sands. XCL holding close as the Armageddon gets called in. Shoves him back through the door. XCL looking to try to refill spots over here at Sand. Oh, Seekers leading the way. Forsaken will find one. XCL looking for the readjust, but I believe runs out of bullets, and Mind Freak is able to go ahead and find that kill. Spike now getting planted. Something. One away from that rolling thunder. This fault line will hold them at bay for the time being. Depp still on that approach. Still with a Bucky in hand. Overdrive gonna be popped. The swing out, Sugar Zero winning the fight. Something shut down, the ADS not delivering the kill. His fast lane keeps him obfuscated, but Devi here at Sands will find one, swings out, finds the other, gets the headshot, shuts down Depp. PRX narrowly reestablished the lead.
It's always Devi. Whenever things start to go sideways for PRX, when it looks like maybe, you know, they're starting to crumble just a little bit, Devi just has these plays time and time again, these 3Ks, these 4Ks, that just kind of reestablish their footing, give them momentum, turn the tide of a map. Is that going to be another one of those? God, Forsaken's flying on this map, dude. 21 kills, 13 assists. That is outrageously good value that he's providing.
Oh boy.
They're ready for this.
Yeah, they're looking for the crunch. Slide in the corner though, and Depp will get taken down. Sugar Zero needs to try to fight his way through this one, but now the lockdown is not going to be destroyed. Swing back through, and Devi ensures it. Clues, or rather XDL looking back. Void's being detained. His tour de force needs to deliver. That's the first shot. Something taken down, but 4 more players are now getting through.
This is ridiculously difficult.
Oh, Trailblazer might have just spotted him. Nope, never mind. Paint Shell here at his feet to try to push him out into the open. Swing onto the corner. Forsaken out wide ahead of the shot. PRX once again. A 2-round lead established as they get up to double digits. ZETA, once more the economy broken down.
ZETA knew what was happening right from the start. Oh my God, something. Woo! That is insanely good. Set up Devi there with the util. Just a better reaction from PRX. They had the players there to back that lockdown up, knowing how important it was in that round. And even though ZETA had a good read on it, it was a better read from PRX. Able to shut that right down. Throwing out some of the util. I think they're worried about a push out from Shota there towards B main. And then instead, just a little bit of space being clear. A turret behind you to watch your back. Depp left alone on the A side for ZETA. They've got 4 players here. It's 4 sheriffs and a headhunter though.
Smoke sent out, Paint Shell lobbed in. Flash is flying. Already scaling close here towards the site, but Mind Freak able to shut them down. Sugar Zero, XDL both eliminated. Big not peeking out. Would have maybe been susceptible there to Shota had he done so. Makes his way up into tower. Headhunter at the ready, but Clue's now gone. Needing to try to find some value and will be able to do so, but now he's left on his lonesome. Jing wanting to take the fight. Blast packs forward, gets the 180, gets the kill, and gets PRX up to 11.
Yeah. I mean, there was hope again for ZETA. Seems to be crumbling. Seems like now PRX playing as a team a bit better. That's one of the biggest things here. Oh, Mind Freak. Great positioning. Able to find a nice 2K, something snappy.
Remaining.
I think maybe part of the recipe here for something is let him play Jet on the first map, and then after that, he can go back to Initiator. It's okay. Gets him fired up. Timeout. I'm assuming ZETA, yes.
And the last one called. I mean, we saw the first one very early. It was after round 3. All things considered, I think it's been fantastic restraint to not call one up until this point.
You know what I'd say if I'm the coach? Just go at him. Just go at him. Just let Depp just run around the map. Throw your util in front of him. See what happens.
Just collide.
Yeah. Why not?
will it be quite the brawl?
I mean, the reason I say that isn't just for fun. It's because Depp is actually playing really well.
Sure.
And if you just let him accelerate as the Neon, maybe it just works. Because a lot of the other stuff hasn't been in some situations. Again, decent reads at times. They're kind of reacting to things okay, but PRX is often a step ahead of you. And also the mechanics are frankly superior. So you got to find ways to, for lack of a better word, cheese PRX a little bit. I mean, they have a setup there, the Breach and the Neon, but Zota's, or XDL,
Immediately having to backpedal.
yeah.
Gets out of harm's way. As Salvo looking to try to slow him up. Mindshare damage going to be taken by Forsaken, actually, down to 28.
Do they realize he's stuck around?
Ooh, that drop down. Should have been heard. Shota at the same time, able to find one, but XDL trying to push up out of the smoke. Would have been monstrous timing, but Jing is able to find that punish.
See the feed.
Uh-oh. Oh, Orbital Strike's going to force it forward. Something he does have the Rolling Thunder. Does he opt to send it here? He does. It'll be a catch on a 3 players, staving them off, shoving them back. In the meantime, Shota going to be taken down. Something able to find that kill with a quick peek in towards Rope. Aftershock now to further hold them at bay. Everyone from ZETA completely cordoned off here in this position. Needing to fight their way through, tooth and nail. But they get swept aside. Something with 3 gets PRX now up to match point.
Just absolutely gorgeous util usage from Something there. Everything connecting, giving them so much value. They don't overchase off the Rolling Thunder. They just use it to reposition. Able to find value with the Aftershock, with the fault line. Huge, huge plays from him. That is really, really good breach play. And he should feel really good about that round.
I'm sure he does. Feel better if this brings it to a conclusion right here. ZETA needing to run back 4 rounds in a row to take this into overtime. Otherwise, their kickoff run will come to an end. Devi pushing forward here, looking for the pincer. Fault line coming through. Peek up to the corner, not going to be found here. As Rolling Thunder goes across, but it's an absolute mess. But one that PRX are more than happy to be a part of. Swing out, Sugar Zero finding one, but Something once again. A 3K from him. XDL, the first obstacle in their way to getting this spike planted, to closing out this series. The swing out looks for the shots, but Mind Freak says no. He's got other ideas.
I've got your trail.
As that insult to injury, the Seekers will be let loose on the chase, hunting down Shota, who just has a headhunter and a judge, versus 3 players of PRX.
Oh yeah, and Mind Freak has his Orbital Strike.
Yeah. Trailblazer gets the spot out. Orbital Strike sent at his feet, but it will not matter. Something will close it out. 13-8. PRX stay alive here at Pacific Kickoff. And they send ZETA home packing.
And while this may be the expected result, I think for ZETA, the second map certainly looked a little bit better, but PRX is just too formidable. On Lotus, they were so dialed in. Coordination looked amazing. They were really fired up from the get-go. That's a tough team to go against. I don't care who you are. But overall, you know, a tough start for the year for ZETA, but this is a bit of a rebuild year for them. They have said that. And there's still some things they definitely need to work on. And going up against PRX like this for these players, tricky, challenging, annoying. There's so many different adjectives you can use to describe PRX because they're